Light beams from the sky. I saw some posts about this, so I thought I'd do some talking about it. The scientific community says these columns of light are not ESP or extrasensory or aliens or whatever they say. It's ice crystals with light going through it. Okay, well, it is believed that those columns were formed by those reflecting light from bright street lamps and other lights on the ground, beaming it back downwards through the ice crystals. Now, skies all over Europe have been filled with these natural phenomena, especially during cold snaps, and they're said to be a reflection caused by the light from street lamps, blah, 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 blah. Now, Truman's pillars are not the ordinary kind. Even leading experts in atmospheric optics can't quite figure them out, but the pillars are mysterious. They have unexplained curved tops and even curved arcs coming from their base. Now, arcs in rare displays like this could be from column crystals to give parts of tangent arcs or whatever. But there's a new one they found called the Perry arc. Now, they don't know what causes those. They want more pictures to figure it out. Several incredible incidents of visible power beams shooting skywards into space towards the region of the alien photonic cloud are well documented. Now, at the same time as these started, people around the world began hearing and recording these frightening sounds and noises that came from the earth, and it seems like all these phenomena, including the measurement of the never-before-seen gigantic electrification of our turbulent sun, seem to be centered on this photonic cloud. Now, the Aztec pyramid of the moon blasts an energy vortex from its apex. Now, these ancient pyramids are starting to awaken, if you want to call it that, and after the millennia of not doing anything, there was a bunch of people up at the Taurus taking a picture of the Mayan pyramids with their phones, when suddenly the Mayan pyramid shot a beam of light, and the validity has been proven. There is no secret to this. But the Mayan pyramid of Kukulkan, it transmitted a raw column of incredible energy into space, was only the latest pyramid to do so. Now, there was the same thing happened in the Bosnian pyramid. Some say these are called by what is called a rolling shutter, but this could only explain those taken with an old 35mm camera and not the digital examples that we're talking about. It also doesn't explain the shots taken on video, so the debunkers kind of got debunked on that one. Now imagine an electronic beam which is technically emitting light up towards the heavens. And remember also that this is similar in what was described by the Jews on their Exodus mission. Yeah, that's a great way to say that. But they described this in detail during the daytime and pillar of fire at night. It could have very well seems to have been emanating from the ark itself. There's all kinds of lighting phenomena all over the world right now, as a matter of fact. Look at this picture that was recently one of our members posted, which got me off on this. This is not a rolling shutter because it doesn't go over the clouds, it goes behind the clouds. All matter is constructed by light rings, giving it substance. Now this is dense light, of course, denser even than laser light. during the daytime photos really do not explain light ice crystals. It is more along the lines of energy. Now coming up right here is a perfect example of the ice crystals coming off the street lights. So this is in Latvia, and so that there is definitely not the kind of phenomena that we're talking about. The sun sets and sunrises like this that create these beams also are not what we're talking about. It's these coherent. This one here is actually a rolling shutter. This is actually what they're talking about when they say rolling shutter. Even though it looks like the other one, this is an artist's representation of whatever it is that causes the beams of light. If you notice, it's kind of got the Eye of Horus look to it. Here's a cave where they've taken the beam technology and created every day at noontime it shines in this particular. This actually proved out to be a spotlight for a promotion for something. And this is a depiction of the photogenic cloud. This is definitely sun caused. Here's something that nobody knows what it is. It's almost like a column of smoke or a rocket taking off or something. This here is also where the light focused into the light crystals. This is actually a fake. So here's the different light spectrums and such. Now, electromagnetic light, in other words, light that is affected by electromagnetism, would be similar to what is described coming out of the Ark of the Covenant. This here is a depiction of that. The Ark, and it's where no one was supposed to approach. And so, somewhere in the recesses of our cosmic awareness is the secret. So, what we have is some are not and some are. And the daytime Mayan temple is probably the best example I can think of in the Bosnian one. But anyway, folks, do some investigation of those and see you next time.